Hello students, this is lecture number 5 of the principles of management. So now we have completed up to lecture number 4 where we have stated some of the principles of the scientific management that has been established by Taylor. Okay, so now here I'm going to tell you some of the techniques of scientific management that has been established by whom? Taylor. Okay, so now the main principle according to him was that the production, the performance of an organization, everything will be done through scientific means, through scientific ways. So now how it is possible? So there should be some technique. What are those techniques? At first let us jot down those techniques, name of the techniques that we will discuss in details. Functional foremanship, standardization and simplification of work, standardization and simplification of work, okay, work study techniques, then differential piece weight system, okay. So these are some of the techniques that we will study. So one by one. At first, this was first, second, third. Due to space, I have written here fourth point. So at first, let us study about which one? Functional foremanship. What does it mean? He has decided that at first the workers, the categories of workers in the organization to be divided into two parts, like the management, whole manager to be divided into two parts. At first the factory manager is there, so all the planning and production in the factory that will occur, that should be managed by the separate in charges who will work under this factory manager. So each in charge will be assisted by 4 personnel. At first that is to be divided into two parts. One is planning in charge, other one is production in charge. So who will be responsible for the planning? How much to produce, the quantities, what is the demand in the market, what should be the supply. So planning will be done by the planning in charge, and he will be assisted by whom? He cannot do alone the whole thing, so he should be assisted by somebody. Again that will be divided into 4 parts. So let me change the color of the pen so that you can identify the 4 parts, right? Okay, so at first Instruction card clerk. Instruction card clerk. What he will do? For what the thing he will be responsible? He will do the draft instruction for workers. For drafting instructions for workers. Next, this is the instruction card clerk. Okay. Next, under instruction card clerk, he will just draft the instruction for the worker. Then we will go for next planning in charge. That is the route clerk. What he will do? He will specify the production route. Just you write down the key points. Specify the production route. How the production will, by following what route the production will go on. Third is time and cost clerk. Time and cost clerk. What he will do? He will prepare the time and cost sheet. Time and cost sheet. How much cost is being needed for which work, he will prepare that. After then we will be having disciplinarian. Disciplinarian. What he will do? He will maintain the discipline in the factory so that each and every work goes on smoothly. That's it. So these are the planning in charge. So under production in charge, again I can divide it into 4 parts. First one will be, let me change the color of the pen so that the second part you can able to identify. First one will be speed boss. What speed boss will do? He will be responsible to complete the job accurately and timely. So completion of job accurately plus timely. Okay. Speed, as the name insists that it is speed, so he will assure that the jobs are being completed on time and also accurately. Only completion of the time will not result into fruitful production. Now, after speed boss, we will be having the gang boss. What he will do? He will be responsible to keep the machines and tools ready for operation. So, to keep machines ready for operations so that smooth operations can be done. After gang boss, repair boss. Okay, so what he will do? Keep the machines and tools, keep the machines in proper working condition. You can see the name is itself revealing the purpose. Okay, repair, to repair anything, so that the machine works in good working condition. Inspector, finally inspector. So that is not police. Okay. So he will be responsible to check and maintain. So checking will be done by him so that the quality of work is maintained. Check and maintain. What to check and maintain? I am erasing it so that I can write here. Check and maintain quality of work. So I think it is very much clear. The chart, you have to remember the chart only in case of functional foremanship. That is the first point, it is over. Second point was standardization and simplification of work. So under second point we will learn standardization and simplification of work. So standardization, what this method means? Standardization means setting the standards, setting standards for each business activity. What does it mean? There should be a standard. For example, when you are bringing the raw materials from the market, it should not cross 100 per unit. You cannot bring the raw materials from the market which costs above 100. So that is the standard being set for each thing. For the raw materials, it can be for the sales. So what will be the standard here in case of the work? A person can work 8 hours a day. Maximum due to overtime, he can work 10 hours, not more than that. But between that, he should have not 130, 1.5, for example, 1.5 hours of 1.5 hours of rest. So this is the standard, not more than that. Now, setting the standards of whom? For it can be setting the standard of a process or raw materials or product or machineries, anything, right? So standards are the benchmark. Standards are also known as the benchmarks. What are the objectives of this? To produce the products of a fixed type or fixed size that should not exceed the size, or that should not be less than the size, like this. To establish the interchangeability of manufactured parts and products. To establish standard of excellence and quality, to maintain the quality in materials, and to establish standards of performance for men and machine, so that the standards of each case, main, machine, material, plant, tools, equipments, everything can be followed. So what is the needs of this standardization or simplification? Simplification is needed. That is, standardization and simplification was the point. Standardization and simplification was the point. So let's move there. You can see the point was standardization and simplification. So what does this simplification means? Simplification means to eliminate superfluous varieties, different sizes or dimension and diversity of product, so that the optimum utilization of resources can be done. This point is very much important. Optimum utilization of resources. This point is very much important. That should be done so that the resources can be utilized optimally. Excessive wastage do not happen. So not only resources, all the production, lower level, overhead cost, and with lesser stock levels as well. So I will just provide you the PDF. You will write from there as it is given. Okay, and you can also make short notes from that also according to your wish and whatever you will think viable, because you have to try writing by yourself. That is very much important during the examinations, during the board exam, as well as for the coming next your terms. So now that was lecture number 5. In lecture number 6, principles of management, I will continue the next part. So just go for lecture number 5, then only go for lecture number 6. Thank you.